Two of them, apparently.
He was done baking. I feel like you can't do much damage at that point, right?
No, and they're little kings, so it's like 4 ounces of beer.
It's not big kings.
It's just a little fetal alcohol syndrome, not a lot. A little.
Just a little. But at least, Jake, you come to it naturally.
It's true.
He was born drinking. That's it. He was born drunk.
Yes. And then plus, not only was he born at an inconvenient time, but he had to go and have the audacity not to be born naturally.
Apparently I think the umbilical cord was around my neck.
Ugh.
I knew that later in life I was going to be on this show, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to end it early.
This explains a lot to me. The fetal alcohol syndrome, the cord around the neck. It explains so much about you.
Yeah, how inconvenient were you needing to be at first?
Right.
Explains why you're drinking unflavored La Croix.
I'm just a basic bitch.
You are. Oh, Jesus.
Listen, if you get New Balances, man, I'm not going to go. I promise.
I love New Balance. I don't care how old I am.
With grass stains on them?
I don't mow my lawn. I pay people to do that. Hi, Angie. Hi, Jake's cousin Angie.
I'll wear boat shoes before I wear New Balances. Okay?
I think I got a gray pair of Skechers, actually.
Ooh.
I don't think you're allowed to wear Skechers after you're 12. Pretty sure.
I don't know.
I miss Airwalk. You remember Airwalk? Used to live in the US?
I wear Skechers.
Yeah, that doesn't help at all, Tifo.
They got they got the memory foam insoles now. And
Yours just remember you're fat. So they're like, oh shit, he's coming. I remember him.
And they're slip-on, so I don't get to tie them.
Do you guys remember British Knights? Am I too old?
The old BKs?
British Knights. Oh my god.
Those were my favorites. Or LA Gear Flame. That wasn't a guy thing, I don't think. That was definitely a girl thing. We had to have those shoes.
I had a pair of Fila's.
Yep. The original Fila's.
How about the fat jeans? You remember the fat jeans that the girls wore? PEJP?
That's the Walmart brand of shoe. That's what I had.
Poor Tifa. What would you say, Tony? I didn't even hear you.
They made those jeans back in the day. They were called PEJP fat jeans. Remember them? The girls always used to wear them.
See, I don't know because I was fat then too, so I wouldn't have worn anything that had the name brand either.
They came out when like Fubu and South Pole Rockaware were kind of big.
The LEI jeans were big, and then Jordache. No, I don't think Jordache. Yes. DKNY.
Here. I'll drop you
one of those big. You know, Tony, you look like the guy that would have worn the big leg jeans, the skater jeans.
The Jenkos.
Yeah.
Yes,
I had a pair.
Those. Yes, I knew you looked like one of those guys.
I was the biggest freaking poser ever.
Wait, did you have a chain on your wallet too?
I did.
Oh yeah.
I think that was required.
Yeah, I can see it, dude. I can see it.
Chimo!
I had blonde highlights.
My good.
Tifa, you look like the person everybody would be afraid would shoot up the school.
Funny you should say that. That was actually, yeah. But funny enough about that, they all joked around about me being like one insult away from shooting up the school. It did not stop anyone.
They still went in.
Like they wanted to insult me and like bully me so much. They were willing to take the risk.
You have to admire the dedication.
You know, Tifa, if we would have went to school together, though.
Maybe they just thought they could outrun you.
I thought.
Hey, I was thinner back then. I didn't gain weight till Ohio. Ohio was responsible.
All right, everybody, it's 9 o'clock. Getting ready to start the show.
We started 5 minutes ago.
This forced the show. Everyone's laughing.
We're like your wife in the sack. We're getting it over with before it even starts.
Right.
Pre-game.
We started without you, bud.
Oh, my
this portion of
God.
the show brought to you part by our good friends at Harold Jaffe Jewelers. Harold
And like your wife in bed, it was better before you came.
Where Toledo gets engaged. Also by Rachel Michaels Gourmet Popcorn. If you want to spice it up in the bedroom, sprinkle some popcorn in there.
Please don't. That's just going to be crunchy where it should not be.
Yeah, that sounds uncomfortable.
Does it really? Okay, well maybe that's not it.
Popcorn shards in your.
It doesn't sound comfortable to him because he's got food stuck in his fat rolls already, so it doesn't really matter to
It's
him.
the best popcorn in the history of the planet. So get some. Shut up, sugar.
Bitch, I swear to God.
Glick Electrical provides services to both commercial and residential clients. Service ranging from installing simple
These
light
sponsors are gonna ask
fixtures
for their money back.
to installing generators at factories. They do it all. That would mean that they were paying. They do it all to provide you the service you deserve. Call today, Glick Electrical Service. And by Jeff's Hauling and Cleanup. What they do, I'm going to explain it to you, okay?
They haul and they clean up.
Yes, very good.
Wait, in that
Do
order?
they first clean up, then haul, or do they?
That would make more sense.
Is
Yes.
it vice versa? Like, can they switch it?
Yes, they can haul. They can haul. It would be a little weird to haul it off and then clean it up, but yes, they could, I guess they can do it in
What
any-
exactly are they hauling?
whatever you want them to haul.
Whatever they clean up.
Whatever you pay them to, baby.
Yeah, whatever you pay them to. Exactly. Let's start this show.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now,
It's not it.
Georgia wants to know if you watched 365 Days yet.
No, I am still, what am I rewatching now? Oh, Hamilton. I can't stop watching Hamilton.
We're so disrespectful. We just talked right over the Andrew Z.
Yes, we did, girl. We're bad.
Come on. Oh, we got this is the biggest show we've had in a long time.
Really big
Comedian
shoe.
Chris Tiefel is here. From
Both
the
in
Tony,
weight and numbers.
From the Tony D podcast, Tony D. Comedian and birthday boy, Jake Dickey.
Birthday daddy.
Southside Gina. Toledo's drag queen, Sugar Vermont.
Hello.
Donnie P will join us soon. I'm Andrew Z from the Deal Monkey Studios. Let's do this.
How did the Deal Monkey get naming rights?
You gotta plug it.
Woo! That's it.
So is Donnie actually going to be here, or did you put that up to shame him?
Donnie is going to be here. He's wrapping up his last deal at the car dealership, which I'm not going to mention because they're not paying. But no. Donnie
Put a picture of him. Just cut a picture of his face out.
know.
Just put a Donnie P.
I already have one of those above my bed.
So
I feel like everyone should have one of those above their bed.
So
Okay.
it's funny. I put this studio together. I built this nice studio, and I'm gonna get to you in a second, Jack. I built this nice studio right before COVID started, and we've never had one person in this studio. Donnie P is going to be the very first person in the studio in just a few minutes. He's been driving over here to the Deal Monkey Studios. All right, go ahead, Jake. What's going on?
Donnie P did it for me. Boom.
And we go back to where we started.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday, man! How old are you now? 40?
40 years old today.
Yes.
Old as dirt.
Now now you a daddy though. That's
He is
good.
take 2 ibuprofen every morning with his Centrum Silver and pop on his New Balance years old.
Yeah, his Velcro shoes.
You know, it's been a good day. I picked out my cemetery plot. I wrote my will. You know, got a lot of things done today.
He does.
Who's getting the jerseys?
He still listens to Tiger baseball on the radio on the AM.
Yes.
On the AM. It's great. You were already halfway there before you hit 40.
Oh, absolutely.
40 was hard for me. That was a hard
Was
birthday
it?
for me. Yeah. I don't
40's
know
coming
why.
up too fast.
And I
I
mean, I don't
struggled with
really care because
25
I don't
for some
look
reason.
40. Like, that's not it. It just was hard. Like,
Well, here's the thing, and they
I
all
still got 3.5 years.
they all tell you that, but when you're young, you think that they're full of shit. But the real thing is how quick this freaking time goes once you get once you become an adult, man. It's crazy. You're like 10 years goes like this. You're like, no.
If you want to slow things down, get a job you hate.
Yeah, but that only slows the days down, not the years.
Yeah.
It's bad at how quick it goes. And then, like, because me, I'm Fitty, the oldest one here, probably.
Oh my God, he actually said what his age is.
And if you watch like people dying, there are a lot of people dying at my age.
You watch people dying? Like, is that a thing that you do?
No, but like if you look at
When he wants to feel good about himself, he's like, "Oh, I'm better than that, dude."
like John Travolta's wife, she was like in perfect health. She died. She was like 52 or 55.
She
or
was
something.
recovering from breast cancer. She was far from perfect health.
I mean, but like she was.
She had cancer.
I guess you're
my
right.
God.
And she was 57.
57.
No, I remember reading obits when I was younger, like, going through, you read the paper back. That's how old I am. We had an actual paper you open.
Were you also wearing like all black and had like dark eyeshadow and like how goth were you while you were reading these obits?
I don't know. I think I was just drinking coffee and eating cereal, bro. I didn't really get that into it. So, but you would see the ages like 60s and 70s, and you think, oh, well, they lived a really good life. Like, that's a nice long life, right?
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, they were only 71. That's so sad. They had so much time left.
Well,
It's getting real.
You don't
Hey,
really.
Five for Fighting taught us we only have 100 years.
And that's if you're lucky. I mean, you're not even guaranteed 100.
I'm eating myself down. I'm down to like 55, bro.
I know.
Like,
Right?
55.
I ate myself out of 45 years.
I've taken so many years off my life. I'm surprised I'm alive right now.
Well, and I'm gonna let you okay. So if I'm 50, and then I look at someone that dies at 55, and I'm like, well, I'm in the perfect health. It's like, so how in 5 years? In 5 years, how is it going to go that far downhill to where I'm dead?
You're in like every risk factor for COVID right now.
I'm like,
True. I don't have.
I feel like I just got punked. Is that real life?
when you watch people die,
Yeah, so do you have now that you're stuck in the house with COVID around? Do you have people going around and like filming people dying for you, like zoom in on their eyes? Like I need to see.
oh my God.
Go ahead,
Gross.
Jake. What are you going to say?
So does anyone else watch movies and TV shows with IMDb open and you go through, like, you pull up, like, oh, that actor, oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. Oh shit, he was dead at 50.
I know.
Well, her career's dead.
And
We did that the other day. Dubs had some movie on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Wesley Snipes. Whatever happened to Wesley Snipes? Like, I didn't like.
I think he got arrested for tax evasion.
He did, and then he just stopped doing movies. But people just fall off the map, and I like totally forgot about him as a whole human. Like,
The whole time.
I do that all the time where I never even thought about them until I see them again in something. You're like, well, what happened to that person?
The whole tax thing is the whole reason why he made that terrible Blade sequel with Ryan Reynolds.
To pay the
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do it right for real.
I've done way worse for money, so I'm
Okay,
not
I've
knocking
done
Wesley
way
Snipes.
worse for a lot less.
Go ahead, Sugar.
No, I was just going to say, like, I am obviously the young spring chicken of the group.
Yes.
I'm not yet 40, but I'm feeling my age. Like, I just actually discovered that I am at the age where I have to stretch before sex. Because I did some things last night that are not agreeing with my back. I'm like, why does my shoulder hurt? Why is my hip out of joint? What happened?
What the hell happened?
Like, what age is that, Sugar?
First of all, a lady never tells her age. So
I'm 43,
Yeah,
but
I've
I
seen you around the
I
dumpster.
wasn't
You're no
pretending to
lady.
be a lady.
Yeah.
37, you bitch.
You're older than me. I'm the baby of the group.
Oh God, that's depressing. You don't look like the youngest.
I'm telling you, he looks 60. You're lucky. I mean, he looks like the oldest one in the group.
He looks like George R.R. Martin, who's like 89, still writing his little Ice and Fire book.
Here's how old I am. Is that they took a song? I know that they took an original. I can't remember the song, but I heard it the other day. They took an original song from the '60s. And they did what do they call it? A sample, like they redo the song in the '80s, and it's been redone again for the third time. The same song from the '60s, but they redid it in the '80s. Is a hit now. So I've been through 3 versions of this same song.
What song?
I wish I wrote it down. I don't know.
That's
but
how old he is, you guys. He can't
Hey,
remember.
listen, I've been through 3 reboots of Spider-Man.
right?
Take that ginkgo.
I feel like it's more. Wasn't it like
Yeah.
5? Jesus.
Do you ever hear a sample in a song and be like, what is that from? What is that sample from? And then somebody gives you like not another song that had sampled it, and you're like, I know that that's not the original song, but you cannot think of the original song because it's been so long. That happens a lot.
I just want to put it out there that I just turned 32 on Friday, so I don't know.
So Tony's the baby. Okay. That doesn't surprise me at all that you don't look like you're 40.
Here's the thing: that Tifo's sister Georgia, she put into perfect perspective. If you watch the show Glee, right? It seems like Glee was what, about 5 years ago or something. 3 people off that show have died.
Yeah.
And they were in high school. I mean, they may have been a little bit older, but they were around 20, 22 when that show started. It's only been gone a few years. 3 people
they're not
died
dying
in
of
that show.
Natural causes.
Yeah, they're dying young.
I don't know what they're
I
dying
think there's
of.
a curse on that.
One was a drowning. One was like
overdose, wasn't it?
Overdose.
And the third was the Illuminati.
No, it wasn't.
What?
Shut up. The third was Wayfair. I'm sure that they had something to do with it.
In fact, what's her Naya? Is that the most recent one? Right?
Yeah, the one that
Naya.
died,
Her body was pulled out of the lake on the anniversary of Corey's death.
Right, who played Finn? Who played Finn?
Yeah,
on the
Very
show.
specific serial killer out there.
Which also, by the way, that's my birthday.
Well, here's the thing about that was a crazy story. Naya Rivera, was 32, 31, 32, 33, somewhere in there, and she had this 4-year-old daughter. She was ugly. She played
Son.
Oh, it's son. Who did she play on the show?
What's her name? That sassy little bitch.
Yeah.
Savannah.
No.
Was it? No.
It was a more Mexican name. It was.
I mean, he can say that. He's allowed to say that.
No, it was a more Mexican
I'm
name.
trying to.
It wasn't
It's
Savannah.
Santana.
Okay, Santana.
Yes,
like Carlos Santana.
little-
Yes.
Mhm.
So she played Santana on the show. Okay, so she
That little Mexican lesbian.
she rents a pontoon boat a few days ago with her 4-year-old son. They go out. They find the boat with just the 4-year-old son on it. And I know. So can you imagine like that?
Nobody suspects the 4-year-old.
No one ever
people.
Isn't that heartbreaking though? Imagine this poor kid.
So sad.
My heart was immediately broken. I can't imagine what that little boy went through for the hours that he was on that boat. And my guess would be that he probably cried himself to sleep.
Oh, I'm
because
sure.
his mom didn't come back. He was sleeping on the boat.
Did you read the latest thing? Is that the rescuers said that they were both in the water and whatever happened, and then they were in distress, and she had just enough strength to get him on.
Put him on the boat.
And he saw her go under. Yeah.
Oh God.
Saw her go underwater.
That.
Yeah. It's so sad, you guys. Seriously.
Oh my gosh.
So sad.
I hope he forgets all of this.
Right.
Older. I hope he doesn't have any memory of this at all.
Yeah.
And that he doesn't listen to podcasts or read this.
Or he never listens to this podcast.
By the way, I got to give a shout out to Steve Remy for listening. Steve Remy, you bitch, where are you? We've been doing this thing 65 episodes. 65 episodes.
Oh, we got to be more than that at this point.
Where are you?
But we've already filled the sassy bitch role with sugar.
Sorry.
No, Steve will always be okay. If Sugar's the queen, then Steve will always be the king, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Jermaine could be a king for sure.
I think Steve,
Queen Regent.
I think Steve would have been. Steve was the first.
The Queen Mother.
The first outwardly gay regular cast member on any show in Toledo would be mine.
You can just say the first homo. Shoot.
I don't think he can say that, Sugar.
I
You
can.
can say that. He cannot say that.
The first twinkle-toed fairy on the show.
Okay, you could say that.
Yep, I can say what I want.
So here's the other thing I wanted to talk about was Goya. For those who don't know, people say there's a cancel culture, which they're giving, but there's not. It's driving me crazy for some reason, because all it is, we've always had boycotts. All they've done is giving a different name to the exact same thing. If you're going to boycott someone or boycott a product, or now they're calling it cancel. So because they've given it a new name, they're calling it something different. Which it's
my thing with that it kind of doesn't make sense to me is that I've read so much about it. There's been so many articles and so much made about it. But like he didn't even say anything crazy. It's like this guy didn't say anything racist or anything. All he did was like he was invited by the president for some Hispanic initiative, and he was like, "Oh, I want to praise the president," blah blah blah, and that was it.
But here's the problem.
That's kind of weird to me that there's such backlash, and that's all he did.
It's not weird to me because number one, even whether he should be canceled or not, whether Goya should be canceled or not, he should be fired. You cannot be a CEO.
Can't fire the boss, Daddy.
You can't be a CEO, but it's still a family-owned company. He didn't own it. He's the CEO. You can't be the head of a company and not know your demographic. You can't suck a president's penis. When you know that president, his first thing he said was called Mexicans rapists and murderers, and he's trying to build a wall. And
remember when that was the worst thing he did?
Yeah, right.
And he just the other day, he spoke out against DACA and said that he's going to make sure first he said that he's going to make sure that there's a path, and then he reneged on that and he said that he's not going to. So.
Right. So you know your audience is all Mexicans. And you know what the president's history with Mexicans, and you're going to go up there and suck his peni in the middle of the White House? Are you serious? Well, you're just dumb. You are just completely dumb.
Penises?
Huh? He's got one.
I think peni is
He's rich.
Peni is one.
But that's a penis. It's not a peni.
Yeah. What is going
But
on?
I mean, Trump is rich enough. He could have multiple detachable. You know.
But my point is, his stupidity. Is more than he shouldn't even be the head of the company because he doesn't know his demographic. And now white people are out buying Goya. What the are you going to do with Goya? What are you going to do? Are you going to sprinkle it on your cottage cheese?
Isn't it just beans? Isn't it? I don't even know.
No, it's
Sugar,
you don't even know. Huh?
Me?
Sugar.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
And you don't know that Goya is not just beans?
No, I mean, I don't apparently cook ethnically enough.
White people don't know what Goya is.
I've never heard of Goya before this.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I'm white.
So you have staken your claim. Then now white people are on the internet going, well, now we need to buy Goya and support him. You don't even know what the effing do is. You don't even know what it is.
I'm not going to lie, but before this, I thought that their main customer base was white hipsters.
No, it's Mexicans for generations. Go ahead.
I live in the South and Broadway area where it's a very large population of Mexican people over here, Hispanic people. And there's a little grocery store called Broadway Food Center. And if you want Mexican food, if you want Mexican groceries, you need to go to that store. Yes. Or if you're looking for anything expired, because they have lots of that too. But they have an entire row of Goya. Like, I'm not joking you when I tell Andrew, you've been there, haven't you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, what is it? It's not just beans. Like, what?
No,
it's all different kinds of Mexican.
It's a whole line of Mexican.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like one product called Goya.
Their main product is a seasoning. Goya is a seasoning.
Oh.
And so now I don't know if he's trying to open up his demographic and hopefully that white people would buy it or what his thought process was. But he's stupid. They're not going to sprinkle it on their Waldorf salad. They're not going to magically sprinkle Goya on your white rice and turn it Spanish. It's not gonna work. So you're just a moron.
It doesn't?
No, it's not just.
They're not gonna sprinkle Goya on their boiled chicken.
No, and turn it into pollo.
Okay, I'm looking at their website right now. What is a Maduro?
What's a Maduro?
Yeah,
isn't it
nothing? What's a Maduro with you?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
They're sweetened plantain slices.
He's going to make me cry again.
What's Maduro with you?
Like, it's always those, like, 2-word.
I know.
Little one-liners he slips in.
So ridiculous. Okay. So, anyway, that's not even. That's
I'm going to mute.
The CEO needs to be canceled because that's just stupidity. All right, you're not. I don't know. I just don't. And Sugar, that's what his whole demographic is Mexicans. You can't.
Well, I understand. I get that, but it's like he didn't go. Like, I would understand if he had said something racist against Mexicans or something like that. He just was like, "Oh, I want to thank the president for blah blah blah. This Hispanic initiative, doing a great job, or whatever."
I can't be like, "Go Grand Wizard," and then be like, "But I love black people." That's
right.
Not possible.
Thank you.
I think that as white people, we should not tell him the proper way to be Mexican. Oh.
Okay, so I think I'm going to be all about Goya because one of their frozen meals uses the phrase beef cocktail.
Yes, sign me up. Hold on. I'm not about to be one of those white people getting Goya. I'm like, beef cocktail, you say?
Beef cocktail, Colombian empanada.
That's what Sugar had on her date yesterday.
Yeah, just remember to stretch before you eat it.
Exactly.
I should have stretched more.
You should always stretch more.
It's not a joke, you guys. I'm very sore.
Start with the Vienna and work your way up to Oscar Mayer and then on to Eckridge smoked sausage.
You gotta do your mouth exercises.
Yes, you do. All right.
Blue, black, bug.
Bitch, a big black bear and the big black bear, blood.
All right, let me get a commercial in here. New Power Property Services. They clean stuff. They clean your house.
Clean up your podcast mess.
Yes, they could go to Goya right now and clean up even the dumb stuff the CEO says. They could clean it up. New Power
They
Property
can even
Services.
clean Sugar's dumpster.
Oh, good luck, bitch. That's a lot of beef cocktail.
That's a lot.
I love it when Sugar's voice just randomly goes deep.
Oh, I gotta tell you my Steve Remy story, my gay Steve story. So when he first started on the show, have you ever heard Steve talk? His voice is actually very deep. And I had to pull him I had to pull him aside after like the first show, and I was like, Steve, here's the thing. Your voice can't be deeper than all the dudes on the show. We have to we can't you can't be gay Steve and then talking like this. So there's a point where then after that we were all good. I was like, people can't think that you're the manliest person on the show and you're gay Steve.
He's like, yes, bitch.
Speaking of low voice, what was that guy you used to have on that had like the lowest voice
Antonio, oh my God.
He does. He's talked so low that like my ears don't register that sound wave. I have to
That's true.
Every time I'm near him, I have to be like, I'm so sorry. What did you say? Because it's so low.
It's to where he'll say something you can't. If he says a bunch of words together, you can't even understand him because it's so low. They kind of all just go together. And it
sounds like a bass line.
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like a bass line. It does.
What?
Twice But Nice resale shops. We buy and sell baby equipment, toys, not boys, toys.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! Twice But
Nice.
Twice But Nice.
Oh my God! Stop it.
Toys, books, outerwear, clothes, formula, diapers, and much more to fit your family's needs. They have clothing for boys and girls 0 to 16. They also have Planet Fashion, which is a teen and adult section. The store.
Planet Fashion. Hashtag QAnon. I'm tagging them.
Yeah.
I'm telling.
And then by DMX Lawn and Landscape.
Y'all gonna make me mow your lawn up in here.
They mow our lawn. Their family owned and operated. Make sure you check out DMX Lawn and Landscape. All right, we are in the Deal Monkey Studios in Perrysburg. Donnie P just sent me messages like he's had a hang up at work. He's still there. I don't know.
He's not gonna get here by the end of the show. Damn it, Donnie. And I was gonna redo my Donnie decal face that I put above my bed. I was gonna get a fresh shot.
Yeah, you were gonna get a fresh shot. All right. All right, so let's talk. Hold on.
First, say hi to my mom real quick because she commented and said hi, and she misses, I think, me, but she could have met you because my mom loves Andrew for some weird reason. She loves him. So
I love her too. Go ahead, comments and stuff. Gina, you want to say hi to people, shout outs and all that?
Of course, Georgia, and with special shout out to Angie because she said I look like I'm in my 30s, so she is my favorite of Jake's family members. Except for I can't. No, that's not true. Judy is definitely my favorite, Mama Judy. She says
Mama
hello
Jude.
to everybody. She also said to remind you guys that Mama Judy is only 39, so we're not sure
Okay.
how 39.
She gave me secrets about Jake's birth.
What were they?
I totally believe her that she's only 39. Yeah, we should share Jake's birthday secret.
So before we went live on the air, they were asking about my birth of 40 years ago, and they were like, I wasn't born until like 1:50 in the morning, and I knew that my mom and dad had gone to a drive-in movie the night before, and Chris goes, "What movie?" And I go, "I don't know, probably Coal Miner's Daughter or some shit like that." And it turns out I was right. I nailed that. That's exactly what movie they were at.
Coal Miner's Daughter.
Get to the part where your mom was drunk.
Yeah, she had a couple. She had a couple of Little Kings right there, And then Jake didn't have the decency to be born before Letterman, so she'd have something to do afterward. He had to get born at like 1:50 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And then he had to get ripped out of her. He didn't want
Hey,
to
listen. I was born right at bar close, all right? And last call. That makes perfect sense.
He was born drunk at bar close time. There is nothing that makes more sense in the entire world than Jake.
I agree.
She was like, it's closing time. Get out.
All right, it's time
And then you wouldn't leave, so she wrapped the umbilical cord around your neck. Was like, no.
Oh yeah, and then I was born through a C-section because I think the cord was wrapped around my neck. If I do believe so.
all right, here we go.
If I have my facts correct about my own birth.
It's time for Facebook News.
Oh my God, this is the stupidest segment.
It's what?
I mean, I can't wait. This is going to be so fun.
Shut up. For our first one, a Facebook News status update from Veronica Mungia Bankston, posted at 4:41 this morning. Through some very basic detective work, I have learned that Sherry Lynn Hayes is the home-wrecking whore that snuck into my garage on 6/14/2020.
Yes!
And gave Jesse Bankston a blowjob. I walked into the garage expecting that he was buying drugs, but instead saw her sitting on my love seat, sucking him off.
Wait, was she okay with the drug part? I wanted to make sure he was getting quality.
She knew as well as her friends that Mr. Bankston was married. That is all. Wow.
That is all. Yes.
That was all the tea. That's what that was.
I take it back. I like the segment again.
Whoa. Oh my
Veronica,
God.
I'm so sorry, honey. That sucks. I mean,
this was entertaining. Thank you.
Can you use different words, Gina? Come on.
Really? You just said the word sucking off and blowjobs.
Well, I mean,
come on.
She's rubbing salt in the room.
I was trying to comfort her,
yeah.
and I probably should have used a different word.
Exactly.
She was trying to comfort him.
That's my point. There's random people are in the house. I don't even. What is going on? Who are they?
It's the police coming to shut down the podcast.
The question becomes, did she interrupt them, or did she just walk away?
It didn't say whether she interrupted them or they just walked away. But
well, Veronica, if you're
rough.
listening, we'd like to hear the rest of that story. I'm
yes, for
now.
real.
I feel like you owe it to us to tell us the rest of the story.
Yeah,
the drugs was he buying?
If you're letting us that far in, yeah. What kind of man are you with if the drugs is the best part of the deal? Like, no matter what you're going to find, you were cool. You were cool with that positive. What kind of what? You need to reevaluate.
And what kind of person sucks off an addict on his wife's couch when she knows his wife is there? Like, I'm sorry,
not me.
Hey, maybe it was his 40th birthday.
Yeah,
hint, wink, wink.
I've certainly never done that, Gina.
All right. All right, next one. Duvall Overton posted at 11:32 p.m. Anybody seen that they made Jake from State Farm black?
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah. Some comments here from Cell Aura. Never knew a black man named Jake. Thanks, State Farm. Then Danielle Miss Michigan O'Neill said, my son is black and named Jake.
Did you just do a black voice? I think you're in trouble now. You're in trouble. Canceled.
I have a whole bit about that in my act because of having the people meet me and that's one of the first things they'll say to me and they think it's the funniest thing they've ever said to someone. Like, oh, like you're Jake, like from State Farm. Like, what are you wearing? It's like, you know what? The hell out of here. Most of the time I'm not even wearing pants when I meet people.
I'm not wearing pants right now. I'm in my floral moo. You know, that's how I live my COVID life.
Shanita Harris commented, he was white before, right? Thought I was tripping. Duvall said he was fine. He was a fine and ideal representation of caucanicity.
Now I just want to see what happens if they make Jake a woman.
Right?
He wasn't from State Farm.
Go ahead, Jake.
He wasn't white before. He was khaki.
Stupid.
Shit, I'm muting.
Johnson Toledo Blair commented, man, a black brother's getting a check for being the spokesman of a large company. I'm always happy to see people like me win. And then Duvall finally commented, they could have made him John and he could have been Jake's biracial cousin or something. There you go.
Okay, you got to stop doing the accents.
That's the way it was written. It was written SUMN. What do you want me to do?
You still read it normal.
You read it normal?
You could still read that normal.
Okay.
You canceled, bitch.
I mean, he is getting the darker and darker tan. Look at that face.
Who?
I mean, he's just going full bore for it.
Who are you talking about?
What's going
talking
on?
about?
I'm just gonna stop.
That's high blood pressure, people. That's nothing to do with tan.
Shut up. Drea Michelle, her status.
Pop him like a pimple.
I love how COVID pushed back my wisdom teeth removal 4 times now. Not scheduled until September, and now my ears are in so much pain. This is unreal. Well,
Laughing.
my ears.
When your wisdom teeth are growing in.
No, yes.
Oh,
I thought she was going to the wrong.
Teeth are
I thought she was going to the wrong doctor. I'm like, well, maybe this is.
I got my
blessing.
wisdom teeth removed during COVID.
Did you?
Yeah.
I had a cracked molar right before COVID, and literally it was the worst pain in my life. I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. Wendy Daly commented on that. I have a horrible rash on my calf. Been treated by my regular doctor, but nothing is working. I'm seeing a dermatologist at the end of September.
Where are you finding these?
Right on my Facebook feed. Go ahead,
You know what I did? Speaking of mouth pain, I don't chew gum because I have
You
TMJD.
didn't stretch first.
I didn't, but I have TMJD, so if I chew gum, then I get headaches and stuff. So I was chewing gum for whatever reason, and I don't know if my mouth forgot how to chew gum, or I don't know how that works, but I bit my lip right here so hard that it crunched. Have you ever done that? I was crunch, and I'm like, oh shit, I just bit my lip off.
Your flesh isn't supposed to have a crunch.
I mean, it did. It tasted, it felt like Rice Krispies. And so now, the inside of my mouth is tore up from that. It hurts so bad.
And you'll probably bite it again.
Should have stretched, Gina. Should have stretched first, honey.
I'm just not chewing gum ever again. That was so stupid. And now, and because it's a little swollen now, every time I eat something, I bite it again. So I re-bit it 5 times now.
I hate when that happens. Once you bite something, it's multiples automatically. I've never bitten my tongue once or my cheek. It's always once you bite it one time, you're going to bite it 5 times.
Have you ever done the thing when the pizza comes right out of the oven, extremely hot, and you bite into it, and then your whole mouth is burnt, and then you're screwed for a whole week?
Yep.
That's what you do. That's a noise every single person makes. That.
Do it again, Gina. Do it again.
I almost choked on spit when I did. If you don't have hot stuff in your mouth, that does not work.
Do it again. Well,
I can't.
You better not. Veronica might have flashbacks from when she walked in on her husband.
Oh my God.
Veronica's like, they're that bitches. It was not me.
All right, and finally in Facebook news, Tiffany Turner says, is Apple going to make a face recognition with mask capability? Asking for a friend.
Stupid.
That is Facebook News.
I like how you just call these people out by name and completely unworried about any possible reprisal.
Well, but once you post something in public, in my opinion, I'm sorry, it's out there. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, you don't wash your laundry in public, my man.
Yeah, exactly. It's not my fault.
I have a public laundry in my building.
My Facebook page is completely locked down. It's friends only.
Friends only, yeah.
So if Andrew pisses me off, I stay in his inbox. Hey, take my name off that screenshot, because he likes to screenshot stuff and he'll post it with my name. If I wanted everybody in the world to see that, I'd have posted it as public. I didn't take my name off of it.
I do that to everybody. Once you've posted it, it's public. I feel it's public. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's not.
Well, it's on Facebook
that's
News
like
now.
saying once you say something to the people around you, then it's public information, and that's not true. I'm not going to go tell everybody your business.
Yeah. It's funny. I was talking about the Apple phone. Have you seen the commercial there? Because they're doing a new episode of, is it 30 Rock? Yeah, 30. They're doing a new episode of 30 Rock. With Alec Baldwin and
yes, Tina Fey. I love it.
There's a great commercial out for the show, right? So Tina Fey is on the phone with Alec Baldwin, and all of a sudden you hear a and Tina Fey's head moves. And she's like, "How'd you slap me through the phone?" He said, "I've got an Apple iPhone 41." I don't know why, but I thought that was so damn funny.
I bet he delivered it better though.
Oh, shut up.
100%.
This is much,
It's Alec Baldwin.
yeah, exactly.
He sounded like my 12-year-old trying to explain anime to me. And so he sounded like Donald Trump trying to explain anything.
Shut up. All right. Do we want to talk? Okay. Do we want to talk COVID?
Just a little bit.
It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
It bad. First of all, Trump's former chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney, who constantly had Trump's peanut in his mouth.
Oh my God!
Is even he's saying in an op-ed on CNBC that testing is a problem. I mean, they've been saying testing wasn't a problem. Testing is a problem. Testing is a problem in this area. I saw someone on my Facebook page today. It's like, dude, you can't even find a place to get a test. And if it is, it's taking 6 to 7 days to get it and another 6 days to get a result. By that time, you might as well just quarantine for 14 days. It's just that's how bad it is all across the country. Some people in Texas, you're like running out of gas, waiting in line for 13 hours for a test.
Jesus.
Go ahead, Sugar. What were we going to say?
COVID. So I shared this article. I just read it on CNN. Some school in Arizona, it's like a summer school, they opened up, and the kids had not even been there yet. But 3 of the teachers got COVID, and one of them died from it.
Yeah, I saw that.
It just recently happened.
Well, here's the thing. Los Angeles, San Diego schools, as of today, they are closed in the fall. They don't care what Trump says. They are closed in the fall. They are not opening in Los Angeles and in San Diego school districts, which I think Los Angeles is the biggest
They're going
school
down
district.
full lockdown now.
Yeah, yes. California.
I have a feeling it's coming this way.
I just don't think you put that genie back in the bottle unless you're
Hey, Andrew, I'm going to interrupt you here for a second.
Go ahead.
Toledo City Council did pass the mask ordinance today.
I did see that.
And I wanted to, did the 4 soon-to-be felons vote, or were they allowed in the meeting again, or no?
They were there.
God, what a mess.
You'll be required
What a
in
mess.
Toledo. You'll be required in Toledo to wear a mask inside all public buildings, including grocery stores, restaurants, and other businesses or structures. Schools are exempt.
Isn't it Lucas County in general? Isn't it now?
That's just for Toledo, but it was Wood County.
Yeah,
Wood County and
Lucas wasn't included.
Wood County
was
the governor said Wood County has to do it. The council said Toledo has to do it.
Businesses that do not comply with the ordinance face a $150 fine.
I was at Walmart
in Wood County. It's $700 fine.
Well, but they
said
have
more money in Wood County.
But they said they aren't. The sheriff said he's not enforcing it, but everyone really is following it. I have to give kudos to Wood County. I was at the Walmart in Perrysburg. Well, it's really Rossford. Was Rossford Lucas County?
No, I think it's still Wood.
Is it still Wood? Okay. So
Tony's about to fall asleep. He's in Philly. He has no idea where any of this stuff is.
Poor Tony.
No, actually, I do have something to touch on it, but I'm
okay. All right, yeah, we'll do it. Just jump in when you're ready. But everyone at Walmart had a mask on, and it was so refreshing to see that you just all had it on. And here's the thing, is that we should have been doing this from the beginning. There should have been a national order, and we wouldn't be going through this right now. This could have been done. We could have been like every other country that has beaten this thing. We're having 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 cases, and they're having 200, 20, 10. I mean, it's just unbelievable how bad that we botched this whole thing. Go ahead, Sugar.
It's so cool that you just were out in Wood County and saw that everyone was wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
I had a different experience. I was on Facebook, and over this past weekend, one of the local bars closed down. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to shame anybody, but I saw pictures from it, and virtually no one was wearing a mask. People were all standing around, packed in the bar. And I mean, I guess they just didn't care because it was their last weekend. They're like, what are you going to do? But I was kind of disappointed that I saw that just for safety. I understand it's a last hurrah, but you got to keep everybody safe.
I agree. Go ahead, Tifel.
So I also was going to point out that after having the mayor, the president of the council, and pretty much half the public demand the resignation of those 4 council people that are under indictment for bribery.
Mm-hmm.
And then the president of the council trying to prevent them from participating in this particular vote, or any vote for that matter. 3 of them were present and voted on this ordinance. Yvonne Harper is still not shown up.
And she's the only one who stayed out
Yeah.
of both council meetings now.
Go ahead, Tony D.
So the interesting thing is like in Jersey and Philly, around this area, the case rate has dropped down to about 356 per day, with a death rate of about 52 average per day. Me and the wife were talking, and I think that we're going to wind up doing this. And a lot of parents that are on like the school board Facebook page, I think we're going to wind up keeping our kids out of school, because even if they try to like incorporate us going back to school, I'm not comfortable with my kids going back, because I feel as if that, yes, the case rate has dropped down significantly, and our case rate is kind of maintaining that 352 positive rate a day that they're getting, but it's destined to jump up. Now, I got family that's in Florida, and they have told me straight up that it's getting to a point that the hospitals are just overfilled, overcapacitated, to the point that it wasn't even like it was when we were the hot spot. Like, we had it bad here. But Florida, I think, has it a lot worse than anyone has had it.
Well, here's the for instance, 15,000 cases in one day in Florida over this weekend, and they've had more cases than, if they were a country, there's only 3 countries that would have had more cases than them total during this whole thing. That's how bad it is in Florida, and they just opened Disney over the weekend.
Yeah.
Disney Florida. They just opened Disney over the weekend. Are you kidding? What? Just to give you an example, Hong Kong Disneyland, which opened, we talked about June 18th, Hong Kong Disneyland opened. They're closing again in 2 days because of the coronavirus. A month after opening, they're going to now reclose. Disney, I would think, would be smarter.
I think that's going to happen with a lot of stuff. Stuff that has opened is going to have to shut back down.
Yeah, go ahead, Tony.
And it's happening one after other with the restaurants too.
Yeah, no, you're right. And there's a lot of restaurants locally that are getting hit. They're getting hit. Go ahead, Tony.
We touched base on it last week, last time that I was on here with you guys, and we were talking about how that the second wave is going to come through. Right now, if you were to shut this down right now across the whole country, I don't think the rate would be as bad in the fall if you did it right now.
I think everyone knows that, but it's been so politicized now, and we've effed it up so badly that you couldn't even do that. You couldn't even get a nationwide. Number one, you can't take, with what he's done in his track record, you wouldn't take him serious as a country if he tried to say that now.
This is all about money. This is all about the election. This is what this is about. This isn't about us as the people. This is about an election year. He doesn't care, number 45, about the people in this country. He doesn't care about that. And then for the simple fact that he wants you to be okay. They want us to accept death with this. And that's where I'm getting it. They want us to accept the fact that people are dying, and it's going to be our new norm. That is not the answer.
Absolutely. No, girl, you're telling it.
Girl.
All right, so let's move on. There's some Hollywood news I want to talk about. August Alsina. I don't know who that is. August Alsina.
He's a singer. I got you, boo.
Okay, he's the one that he banged Jada Pinkett Smith when Jada and Will were separated.
Yeah, why are we caring about this?
I've been reading headlines about this. I haven't read a whole article.
Well, Gina, tell us. I haven't either. I've kind of cared, but I haven't really cared.
Yeah.
I never knew they separated.
Yeah, I didn't.
Come on, Gina, warm it up, baby.
I didn't know that either.
I am deeply in love with Will
We're going
and Jada.
We're going to the only African American member of the show. Go ahead, Gina.
Stop that.
Closest.
So I love Will and Jada. So what happened was, and they had a red table discussion where they talked about a lot of this, but if you're a Will and Jada fan, you probably already knew some of this. They went through some things. Will Smith does not believe in divorce. He got a divorce from his first wife only because she asked for the divorce. He didn't want to give it to her, but then she hit him with the, so you're going to make somebody that doesn't love you stay with you forever. And he was like, okay, that's not fair. I'll let it go. So Will doesn't believe in divorce. That's been established.
I've talked about this on the air before. One of my favorite quotes, relationship quote, comes from Will Smith when him and Jada said that divorce is not an option. And once you take that off the table, it really makes you realize you're going to have to work this shit out. So whatever's wrong, once you know you can't run to divorce, neither you guys are in it, then it's one of my, like I said, one of my favorite relationship quotes. But anyway, go ahead.
So then he married Jada, and that divorce was not an option for them. But they were having serious marital issues and neither of them were happy. So they separated. And in that moment, they were permanently separated. They were not getting a divorce. They decided to switch gears.
So it was like a Ross and Rachel thing. They were on a break.
Yeah, but it was deeper than that because they weren't just taking a break. Like they were done.
It was
like
deeper than that because
never,
it wasn't a TV show.
that too. So they were done. They were never, and as he said on the red table, he's like, I was done with you. Like they were never, in their minds, they were never getting back together.
Mm-hmm.
So Jada, this kid was actually their son's friend. And he had a lot of mental illness and he came around and the family like really helped him through these really dark times, battling mental illness. And Jada is a fixer. And this is according to the red table discussion. Jada's a fixer. So she fell into what she called an entrapment, but it was an affair, a relationship with this kid.
With the kid?
Well, he's 23 and she's significantly older than him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
She slept with a mentally ill young
he's
man.
not mentally ill. He was
Mental
he had
issues.
some mental issues
Like
going
problems,
on.
yeah.
I think they said in the article he was bipolar or something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah, and he was going through it and he didn't, he wasn't medicated. So anyway, she had a relationship with him and then she started having these doubts of, oh my gosh, do I really want to be with Will? So dude left and never talked to her again. So he's like, oh, I'm done with you. You're having second thoughts. You want to be with your husband. Go be with your husband then.
Mm-hmm.
So then her and Will worked it out and he wasn't in the picture. And that was years ago. And now fast forward to a couple years later, he does this interview with Angela Yee and he tells the world that they confirms, everybody already knew that, but he confirms that they had this affair. And so it kind of forced...
The kid did?
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of forced Will and Jada's hand to where they had to come out and address it because they're public. It really isn't anybody's business. Like I get so mad for celebrities sometimes because this is a finding out about it. Everybody's like, oh my gosh. Right. If you saw the pic, she played with his nipples on the red carpet. Like, come on. Everybody knew they were banging.
I'm sorry. A hiccup though. A hiccup in your marriage is like you sleep on the couch for a few nights.
People, you have never been married. I promise you that was a hiccup. Promise you.
Full separation. No intent of ever getting back together and sleeping with another man is a hiccup.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah.
Nobody died. It's a hiccup.
Go ahead, Jake.
Does anyone else see the irony that the man doesn't believe in divorce, but one of his biggest movies of all time was Independence Day?
Idiot.
It's a good point.
It's a good point.
It's a really good friggin' point.
So,
oh my god!
I want to ask a side note. It came up with this Will thing. It made me think about it. What is in 2020? What is a successful marriage? Because in the olden days, it was till death do you part. Now, if you didn't make it all that time, then that was considered that was a failed marriage. That was a failed marriage. But
I thought the standard was just not staying together was a failed marriage, not staying married.
That's what I'm asking. Is that still the case in 2020? I mean, what if? I wouldn't consider the time with my ex as a failed marriage, and we had some good kids. We had great times. We just didn't make it till the end. So is that failed? What if you're married 40 years and you still got a divorce? Is that 40 years a failed marriage? What is considered a failed marriage now? Do you have to be with someone until they die, or it's a failure? Go ahead, Tony.
See, here's the thing with that. This is an interesting thing. The way that the world is today, and the way that people are today, there's no defined way of a perfect marriage anymore, because divorce seems to be the new trend. Like you see celebrities, they'll be married 2-3 years and then they're getting a divorce. And then you see other people in your everyday life that are just getting divorces after a year or two. But here's something, and I'm not going to go on the rated R scale, but there's a lot of couples that do this sharing stuff now.
Please go to the rated R scale.
They do this. No. They do this sharing stuff.
They're swinging. They're little swingers.
Exactly. But think about what that does to your relationship by doing that.
That would never be me because I'll cut a bitch.
Okay, thank you.
But like this is like I read about this about a month ago, and it's a thing. But what is that doing to your relationship? You know what I mean, Gina? Like, what is that doing?
I know
already
quite a
not
few
comfortable.
people that have tried the swinger thing. And I mean, when I tell you quite a few, I mean, surprisingly, like I think people will be shocked by the number of couples that have actually tried the swinger
People
thing.
be hoes.
I'll be lucky to get one woman.
It has never, ever worked for any couple ever. Either they are no longer together or they stopped doing the swinging thing altogether. It has never worked for any couple that I personally know.
I was just disappointed it wasn't at a park swings. There was nothing.
So I'm not married, but Dubs and I have been together for 17 years, and we have split up here and there throughout, and we have been through it together. Boy, that's like a few episodes of my own. I'd have to do like a blue table because the 17 years that we have been together, we have been through it. So, and to each other, not just, him. It was not like it's all him. I did my own thing too. But even if we were to split up today, I feel like our relationship was still successful, and I think we would continue to have a successful relationship. Like Andrew, for like your situation, you and Michelle, you're still amicable. You guys work together. You co-raise your kids. Colleen and her ex do the same thing. They work together. They co-raise the kids. The kids are at the forefront. I don't think I could call any of your relationships as failed when you're still making them work. They have changed. The relationships have changed from marriage to friendships and co-parents. But what?
There's no more banging.
Yeah, there's. Well, I don't know about you, but
oh, shut up, Jake. Go ahead.
Two things real quick. One, I'm O for every relationship I've ever been in. And so if I were to give
real quick, Jake, would you consider that you've never been in a successful relationship yet?
No, but I've never successfully finished one. I think the only way you successfully finish one is if you die and you're still with that person, and then you've had one. And I think that is where the terminology of the one is. It's just the last one you're with before you die. And two, now that speaking of marriage, and I'm 40, is there any of my female friends that I still have one of those? Hey, if we're not married by 40 packs, I'm calling that favor in.
Gonna be a stepdaddy.
Yeah, are you cool? Because at your age, I mean, they're going to have in Toledo,
at this point, I'd be cool being a step grandpa.
because to find anyone over 18 in Toledo that doesn't have kids, it's almost like finding Bigfoot. So
well, I'm just here to say,
40,
Pumpkin, here I am. No accidental pregnancies for this one.
I think it's really weird. Okay, and I'm biased, but Jake is good looking. He's hilarious. It's not like he lives in his mom's basement or he. And
I
so
did get that offer today, though.
I don't really know. I don't understand. Like, Jake, what is wrong with you?
He's really fucked up mentally. He has to be.
There is no other.
He just hides it well. There's no way. There is no. Okay, like Gina just said about reiterating. He's good looking. He's a nice guy. He's funny. He makes a living from. He's independent. So he's got to be really.
If I was single, I'd be bouncing. I'm just saying.
His head's got to be so jacked up, so bad, like just filled with garbage.
Like how crazy? Like if I talk to one of your exes right now, Jake, what is she going to tell me was the problem?
Got to be a 10.
It depends on which ex.
But you have to be a 10 when it comes to just fucked up mentally, right?
No, I'm fine. Honestly, in most relationships that I've been in, I didn't end them; they ended them. One, my longest one, we were together for 7 years, and we'd been together since high school, and she was just like, I need to go find other people and try to grow as a person. And then other ones just ended just because you just kind of you just outgrow them or they just weren't the right person.
But what's wrong? What do you think's wrong? Like why are you for? Because you want.
Why are we interrogating?
You know what?
What's wrong with you, Jake?
Might hook up with him,
dude. He's got to have. There's got to be like dead bodies buried somewhere. Something is going on that we just don't know. That he's been hiding all these years. Tiefel, go ahead.
Poor Tiefel right now.
Yeah, I was going to tell Jake, he was talking about that agreement that some people make, like, hey, if we're not married by 40.
Right.
I do have an agreement like that with a woman. We've both agreed that if neither of us are married by the time we're 40, she's perfectly okay with that.
What is the worst marriage?
In case anybody was wondering why Tiefel's not married, now we know.
Oh my God!
Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
Jokes like
my
that
hilarious material is exactly why I'm not married.
Go ahead, Sugar.
Well, I was taking it all the way back. You're asking what today it's for a successful relationship. I think it's kind of a generational thing because I think that a lot of people from my generation just aren't getting married. Like, nope, not ready for this.
Yeah, that's true. Because we have no desire to get married.
Okay,
like,
so Gina earlier mentioned the relationship not failing because you're still working together, doing stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is the relationship the marriage sort of thing? Like, can the marriage fail, but the relationship not fail?
No, I don't know. Listen, I'm still getting drunk and texting my exes.
Because I mean, honestly, if you just from a pragmatic, surgical view of it, you get married, you got the little marriage contract, you get divorced, that gets ripped up. Technically, failure.
Okay, yeah. Tony, you're married, correct?
I am married. I've been just
interrogate people. What do you like least about your wife?
Obviously, a happy marriage.
We've been together since I was 19. So 19 to 32. We've only been married for 3 years. But yeah, I mean, look, Jason, if you want to come to Philly, dude, if you want to come to Philly, I could probably hook you up with something down here. I can know a couple people.
Something.
I could find. You're saying I could find me a Philly in Philly, huh?
Oh my God!
Let me ask Tony this. Tony, what made you, after all the years of being together, what made you guys decide that you had to get married?
Did you knock her up?
Just to say we did it, I guess.
Well, there's nothing else left to do.
Yeah.
I've already put it in every hole. Might as well get married.
that was pretty much it. I mean, we didn't have a big wedding. Like, it was like literally like courthouse style. You know what I mean? So it was just like, let's just get married.
They just did it as a kink.
We just got a comment. It's obviously what's wrong with Jake. He's got a micro penis.
Oh no, I'm all right.
Oh, I didn't even consider it because I don't think Jake looks like he has a micro
Oh my God! I almost did a spit take with my water.
Now I'm curious about Jake's penis size.
Tifa, why is your camera lowering slowly to your thighs? What is going on?
I was closing my laptop. The conversation got uncomfortable.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is not how I imagined spending my 40th birthday.
being interrogated by four other people.
Just stop me when I reach it. Just stop me when I reach it.
You're in the wrong apartment. You got to come over here to reach it.
All right, this portion of the show brought to you part by Extreme Class Limousines, Toledo's limousine
Don't do
service.
Extreme Class right after this classless shit. You gotta put like a buffer in there. Come on.
Listen, Guy has way more class than we do.
Absolutely, for sure. Extreme Class Limousine. Also by Gloss and Glam by Julianne, your lip sense distributor. RCI Interior Design, specializing in residential, small commercial, and senior living interior design. Check them out.
Y'all gonna make me design your house. Sorry.
Wrong cue.
Memorable
I'm
lights.
so confused.
Bring your memories to light with 3D print lithophanes. Photos seen through light. And you do it as lights, night lights, cube lights, and coming soon lamps.
Coming soon lamps. Not yet.
I'm telling you something.
How long are we waiting for the lampshades?
And why is lampshade like a new and coming feature? Like, if you're like a light store, like, don't you only trying to have lampshades?
Shut up. No, because you're putting your like you can put your face on the lampshade. You can put your family on there.
Dude, Andrew will have every single room of his house with a picture of his face on lampshades. I promise you, he's gonna do it.
As soon as they come out with them.
Does it shadow cast your face onto the wall?
No.
Giant Andrew's head. Oh, wait,
that would be freaking scary.
Why are you presenting yourself there, man?
There was a lady today that made masks. I asked personalized masks. I asked her if I can get a customized personalized mask with my name on it.
With your face on it too?
Yes.
Everybody's just gonna ignore the fact that Tony D just put up a bobblehead of himself bent over with his ass hanging out. Like
he's presenting himself.
Oh my stars!
Oh my stars! Oh my stars!
Gonna skate right over that.
Yes.
Stars and garters.
Lufka all natural skincare and household cleaners, reusable household products, natural toothpaste to slap on Tony D's bobblehead, body scrub, soaps, lotions, essential oils,
Buff
so much
his
more.
ass.
Lufgall Naturals in the Country Charm shops in Perrysburg.
And coming
Sugar
soon,
license,
shampoo.
Oh my God, dude, what a show, man! First of all, Donnie P is apologizing he wasn't able to make it in today. He's still stuck at work.
So,
Donnie, you
I was
missed a
right.
good
The
one.
sign is there to shame him.
Apparently so. Good show. Jake, happy birthday, man.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's
Happy
been fun
birthday,
spending my birthday
Daddy.
with you guys.
Thank you for
Aw.
spending your birthday
Happy
with
birthday,
us.
dude.
That makes me super happy.
It
Aw,
does.
little pumpkin.
We
Hey,
love-
listen,
we
I'm
love-
so
makes me sad you have nothing else to do.
egotistical. I just needed the world to hear my voice on my 40th birthday.
And they did. All right. So for Chris Tiefel, Tony D from the Tony D Show, check him out this Friday night, 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. For Jake Dickey, Southside Gina, Sugar, Vermont. And we ran out of time for Donnie P, unfortunately. We'll see you guys Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Have a great night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.